Isn't it just amazing how one series could change our entire demeanor? But what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Mets Central. And the Mets don't just beat the Nationals, they beat the ever-living piss out of them, 10-0. We're going to talk about the game. Before we do, leave a like on the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Mets fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when we upload. We're going live here on Mets Central. Before we get into the fact that they just beat the absolute piss out of them, thrilled. You handled your business by sweeping this team. Now carry this offense over in the Philly. And if this is the type of offense we get in a 4-game set against the Philadelphia Phillies, I mean, we're getting playoff ball. We're getting playoff ball at that point. There's just no way I could be convinced otherwise. Now, am I saying they're going to go into the series and sweep them? No, but 3 out of 4. I'm asking for 3 out of 4, especially with the way the offense is. Shame on me last night for not giving credit, by the way, to Pete Alonso, who apparently was vocal in that meeting that I brought up last night. I gotta say, I've questioned Pete Alonso. I've questioned his leadership. I've questioned a lot about him. But if that meeting that he had, or that he was part of with the team, I should say, that he was very vocal in, if that meeting, changes everything, that changes my entire opinion about extending the guy. And it's amazing how right now we're sitting here and one series could be the turnaround that this team needed and be the turnaround that Pete Alonso needed in particular. And I should say the offense, because I don't want to sit here and act like they weren't winning games before, because they were winning games, obviously. Like in September, their record is very good. But obviously with the way they were winning games, not sustainable stuff. This is more than sustainable. This is what we saw when we were talking about them potentially grabbing the division back in July when Senga was first coming back and then he got hurt and everything just felt deflated. Now you're seeing what we have been accustomed to for most of the season, and man, it is just amazing. It is just amazing to watch right now. Or I should say, not most of the season, but what we saw in July when we said that this team is a dangerous threat if they get into October. And now they're doing this without Lindor. They are now proving that they could do it without Lindor. You put Lindor in this lineup, hitting the way that he has. Come on now. I mean, come on now. And not to the... I mean, we can't downplay, though. Luis Angel Acuna. Wow. This kid is the spark plug they needed in this offense. I'm going to say it. I'm ready to jump the gun on it. He looks so good right now, and he looks so composed right now. And again, I get it's the Nationals, so I don't want to go too overboard with this, but he looks good. Let's talk about this game, though. First inning, we'll talk about Katana after, but first inning allows a single to Abrams, gets a force out from Cruz. Wood strikes out. Chaparro walks, and then Cruz steals a bag. Yepes grounds out. We go to the bottom of the first. Iglesias flies out. Marte walks, steals a bag, a ground out, and then a line out to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning from Katana in the second inning, with Iglesias making an unbelievable play defensively, by the way. Again, winning himself a spot into next year's roster, potentially. The bottom of the second, Taylor strikes out. Vientos grounds out. Alvarez with a single, which we'll get to Alvarez as well. There's a lot of good to take away in this game. Bader pops out. We go to the third inning, where Young lines out. Abrams with a single. Cruz hits into a double play. We go to the bottom of the third, where the Mets go down in order, all striking out. Top of the fourth, 1-2-3 inning for Quintana, which was nice to see. Bottom of the fourth, this is where the game absolutely just blows open. Brandon Nimmo with a walk. Alonso with a single. Tyrone Taylor gets a double to make it 1-0. What was I saying for the longest time? Give Taylor some more at-bats, give him a chance, and he'll get it going. And Tyrone Taylor, I mean, I might be the biggest Tyrone Taylor guy in the world right now with how much faith I had in this guy and how he's backing up my word right now. And Tyrone Taylor is looking good. He's looking good, and he's a guy that has to stay in the lineup right now. Vientos with a single to make it 3-0. Alvarez strikes out, Bader with a walk, Acuna with an RBI single to make it 4-0, Iglesias with a single, and then the Nats go to the bullpen, Marte with an RBI single, 6-0, and then Brandon Nimmo finally pulls a ball that does not go foul as he hits a home run, his 20th of the season, and if Brandon Nimmo turns things around, something special. I'm telling you right now, that Brandon Nimmo home run, I was sitting on the couch getting the goosebumps. I was getting the goosebumps thinking, and I hate to jump ahead because they haven't clinched a playoff spot, but there was this feeling. I just couldn't help but feel this way after that and think, is something special brewing? Is something special happening with this team right now? I don't know, but is it? Because if Brandon Nimmo heats up, I mean, what are you talking about here? Alonso and Taylor strike out. We go to the 5th inning. A back-to-back groundouts, then he walks a batter, and then a fly from young Quintana, that is. We go to the bottom of the 5th, where Vientos hits a single. Alvarez walks. Bader flies out. Acuna hits into a double play. 6th inning, 1-2-3 inning from Jose Quintana. Bottom of the 6th, the Mets go down in order. And then another 1-2-3 inning in the 7th as Taylor robs Chaparro, by the way, of a home run, which, again, Taylor not just doing it with the bat right now. He's been unbelievable in the field all year, but just, again, confirming that. And Jose Quintana, 7 innings. There were times where I was worried with the contact he was giving up that he was maybe going to let up runs, but obviously after the Mets scored 9, I really wasn't worried one bit, even with some contact he was allowing. But Jose Quintana's been giving you some consistent starts. I just need one or two more. I don't know how many more turns he has in the rotation at this rate, but 1 or 2 more from Quintana, and we could call it a successful down the stretch run for him. And then obviously he might be piggybacking Senga in his starts. I'm not sure how they're going to handle that because Senga's apparently due to have a rehab assignment soon, which that's exciting. Bottom of the 7th, Alonso pops out. Taylor with a single. Vientos strikes out. Ferenz hits into a force out. We go to the 8th inning where Baker hits a double. Maton's in the game, by the way. Gets a strikeout, gets a ground out, walks a batter, and then gets a ground out. A little bit shaky from Maton, but not the end-all be-all. He hasn't got work in a while, so I understand it. And then we go to the bottom of the 8th where Bader strikes out, but Acuna, another home run for the kid. Back-to-back nights, 10-0 for the Mets. Man, Acuna's bat speed looks way better than I thought. Can tell you that. Alvarez lines out. Marte grounds out. We go to the 9th inning where Brazoban gets a 1-2-3 inning. Back-to-back good outings from Brazoban. Maybe it's the Nunez glove. I don't know. But there's nothing but good things to say from tonight. Because you're seeing what I have wanted for so long from this offense. Because I had a comment the other night that was like, it's not easy to hit in the majors. So you try getting up there. First of all, it's not my job. I don't know what we're talking about here. Second of all, I don't know how you could defend the way they were playing offensively for a while when they're capable of this. Why are we settling for what they were giving before when this is an option? Are they going to put up a 10 spot every night? No. But I want something along the lines of this. Because this is how you win playoff games. This is how you make a deep run. JD Martinez wasn't in the lineup, by the way, and the lineup looked a lot better. I'm glad they went with the lineup that I said yesterday they should, where you put Bader in the outfield, you let Taylor play right, Nimmo in left, and then Marte DH. Roll with it. Roll with it for a bit. Just roll with it until it doesn't work. And I know that they're probably just going to put JD back in tomorrow, but I would honestly prefer them to just roll with this because, I don't know, it's working. Marte actually is looking good right now. Marte turning back the clock a bit. Nimmo potentially heating up. Iglesias being consistent. Alonso doing the right things at the right time. Most importantly, Tyrone Taylor heating up. Vientos getting back on track from a mini slump. Alvarez, most importantly, because we got to talk about Francisco Alvarez, turning himself into a consistent hitter for this team right now. And then Acuna. What more is there to say right now? And then the pitching, night in and night out, just continues to put this team in a chance to win ball games. And they'd be in a better spot right now if their bats just showed up in Philly, man, with the way that this pitching is, because we'd be talking about orange towels waved in the air for the first set in the wild card, hosting the Padres, getting some revenge potentially. But there is still a chance that they do end up passing the Padres. It's not impossible. It's going to be difficult, too, with the way the Padres are playing, because they are probably one of the better teams in the National League right now. But it's possible. But it's just unfortunate that I don't know if it's going to necessarily be the case, because I would love Citi Field to just freaking host the wild card series. And it sucks that they had to troll a couple of games here and there, the Mets. But if they could... as long as they get in, I'm not going to be picky. Just get in at this point, and I'm happy. And you never know, because you know what? Win some games on the road, and then all of a sudden, we get those ball games at Citi Field, and it's more meaningful because it's the division series, and they're up, I don't know, let's just say they're up 2-0, just to get everyone a little more hyped. They're up 2-0 in the divisional series against the Brewers. I don't know. That would be a miracle if they won 2 in Milwaukee. I'm not going to lie. But 2-0 even better against the Phillies. Let's make it even more exciting. And then Citi Field hosting a Game 3 up 2-0 with a potential chance to close that out. Can you imagine? Now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here because, again, there is still a series in Atlanta that could change the tides of everything. But all I know is that this is how they need to build off of what they need to build off of what they did in this series. You build off of this, and you're getting into October, no problem, because this is how you win, and this is how you win in October. So forget about just getting to October. This is how you win in October. They're playing like it is October right now, and I like that because how many times have we seen in previous seasons? You look at the Diamondbacks last year, they rolled into October on a heater. Look at where they went. Obviously, they didn't win, but look at where they went. Get in and anything could happen. But right now they have that second wild card spot because they have the tiebreaker with the Diamondbacks, which I don't get why the MLB has them listed below the Diamondbacks since that's the case, but that's neither here nor there. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a like if you haven't already. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live on the channel. Orange October. Please happen. We need Orange October. I'll see you guys in the next one.